Coming up, some flood victims meet their goal of returning home before Thanksgiving.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Nearly 4 months ago, flooding rocked eastern Kentucky. Now one Floyd County family is back in their home just in time for Thanksgiving. WYMT's Jordan Mullins catches up with the Haneycamp family and tells us how they were able to come home for the holidays.
On July 28th, the Garrett community of Floyd County was one of many affected by severe flooding. The Haneycamp family was also one of many who had their home damaged and were saved from their home by first responders. The Haneycamps have since been remodeling their home and preparing for their return.
A lot of 10 and 12-hour days doing remodels, sanding, putting, painting. 10 and 12-hour days is what it took us.
On Tuesday, the family spent their first night back in their home in nearly 4 months, just in time for Thanksgiving.
I like to cook. I like to feed my families. And in the Bible it says to gather together around the table. And that's where I like to do it.
Meeting a goal they set 2 months ago, and the Haneycamps say they are thankful for those who have helped along the way.
That's what Thanksgiving is about, being thankful, and I'm thankful to God for every one of those people, for everything they've done, the loving kindness.
And the Haneycamps plan to continue working to help others.
Yes, we're home. We're getting settled, but it's getting to the point where it's time for us to start helping others too. I mean, we've already been helping. We do what we can wherever we can, and this gives us the stability to continue to help people.
A family thankful to be alive and to be home once more. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Onis Haneycamp says he plans to cook all the Thanksgiving fixings just as he did before the flood, keeping the tradition going for his family with plenty to be thankful for.
Well, we are now less than an hour away from the big feast day. Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and it's all quiet out there as we prepare for the big day. Outside downtown Whitesburg, I think I see one car there on the road there on Main Street, but that's about it. All is quiet there, and temperatures rather variable this evening. Manchester's already down to 32, 37 London, Somerset, 39 Williamsburg, 28 in Monticello, and still though 51 in Jackson, 50 in Pikeville, and 45 in Prestonsburg. Pinpoint Doppler's been a clean sweep all night. I don't think we have rain to worry about until really this time tomorrow night, if then. Models have been inconsistent about those rain chances the past couple of days, and we'll continue to see mid-30s out there tonight. Clouds on the increase, but slowly as we work through tonight. Details on when we could see a return to a few of those showers in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. COVID-19 may have kept many families apart during the last 2 holiday seasons, but travel experts say that probably is not going to be the case this year. Representatives with AAA say they expect more than 700,000 drivers to be traveling to their Thanksgiving destinations this week, with 55 million traveling nationwide.
Wednesday morning early would have been the best, but try to avoid that 4 to 8 p.m. time. That's going to be when you're going to find the most traffic congestion. It's when people are either coming home from work or they're heading out after they've come home from work.
We spoke to several travelers earlier today who said even though the roadways have been busy, they had no issues driving along I-75 through the London area. Prestonsburg small businesses are ready for Shop Small season, kicking things off on Thanksgiving to give customers early access to deals. The downtown merchants are turning on the open signs tomorrow night. Wildfire Designs owner Brittany Hale says the community always supports the local businesses, saying it's not just about the holidays, but all the days in between.
Shopping local is important. It actually helps the community. By shopping local, I know that every dollar spent here, 67 cents goes back to the community.
Many of the stores will be open for Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Shop Small Saturday. Store hours are available on our website. In what's being called the largest distilled spirits related investment on record in Kentucky, a Louisville-based bourbon company will spend $600 million to expand into Laurel County. Governor Andy Beshear and officials with Sazerac Company announced the move today. The Sazerac Company is acquiring the 198-acre Roland Acres Industrial Park from the London Laurel County Economic Development Authority to construct nearly 20 new barrel storage warehouses, which will create up to 50 full-time jobs. A shoplifting complaint turned into much more late last week in Laurel County. Just before 8 Friday night, deputies responded to the Dollar General store on East Laurel Road outside London. When they arrived, they found the suspect, 60-year-old Haley Sizemore of Manchester, had items she had not paid for in her possession and was trying to leave the store with it. During a search, police also found she had drug pipes, pills, and what they believed to be meth on her as well. She was arrested and charged with 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and shoplifting. The Knox County Sheriff's Department recently issued a missing person alert for a 14-year-old girl. Police say she left home through a window the night before she was reported missing. Police have now arrested 20-year-old Cody Gregory of Barberville and charged him with custodial interference, unlawful transaction with a minor, an illegal sex act under the age of 16, and rape in connection with the case. The funeral arrangements for former Kentucky Governor John Y. Brown Jr. are set. Brown died Monday at the age of 88. A public visitation will take place next Tuesday, November 29th, at the Kentucky Capitol Rotunda, where he will lie in state. A private memorial service will be at 3 p.m. on Wednesday, November 30th at the Capitol, but it will air on KET. Brown served as governor from 1979 to 1983. Employees of a Virginia Walmart were preparing for a quiet night on the overnight shift when gunfire erupted in the break room before spilling out to the rest of the store. 6 people were killed, including a 16-year-old boy. 7 others were injured, and some are still in critical condition. CBS's Skylar Henry is in Chesapeake, Virginia, with the latest.
This Walmart in Chesapeake, Virginia is the latest scene of a mass shooting after a store manager opened fire Tuesday night.
Literally was just doing like this. He was not aiming at anybody specific.
Employee Brianna Tyler first thought it was an active shooter drill. Caught off guard that it was her own boss.
It is by the grace of God that a bullet missed me. I saw the smoke leaving the gun, and I literally watched bodies drop.
Several of Tyler's co-workers were among those killed, including 22-year-old Tynika Johnson.
What are we supposed to tell her little brother and sister? How are we supposed to explain to them that she went to work and she didn't come home?
This Walmart will be closed for the next few days while investigators collect evidence and search for a motive.
The suspect is dead from what we believe was a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Police say the gunman, 31-year-old Andre Bing, was armed with a handgun and multiple magazines.
The response from the Chesapeake Police Department was extraordinary last night.
Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin says now isn't the time to talk about gun control.
This is a discussion we should have on a day when we've gathered all the facts and we know that we have got families supported.
This is the second high-profile shooting in the state this month after a gunman killed 3 people at the University of Virginia. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Chesapeake, Virginia.
Youngkin says he has proposals for the state legislature about improving mental health services. That shooting comes just days after a gunman opened fire inside a gay bar in Colorado. The suspect, 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, appeared in court via video for the first time today. Aldrich is accused of killing 5 people and wounding nearly 20 others inside the club. Born Nicholas Brink, court records show a name change petition at age 15 seeking to disconnect from a father with a criminal history. The change happened months after the suspect was allegedly viciously bullied online. The suspect's attorney says Aldrich is non-binary. Still no arrests or murder weapon. 10 days after 4 University of Idaho students were stabbed to death in their rooms. Police are still asking for tips and surveillance video. Authorities gave no indication today that they are any closer to making an arrest but did stress they are still processing forensic evidence from the home where the students were killed. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, the holidays are not happy for everyone. Some tips on how to handle difficult feelings.
Plus, keeping some rain chances in the forecast for Thanksgiving weekend. The holiday itself looking dry right now. Latest on when some showers roll in coming up.